will be painting on a wood slice. Now, some of the colors that I will be using, again, my favorite blue, the Cadmium Yellow, the Hooker's Green, raw sienna, and, oh, you know what, I almost forgot. The Titanium White, my favorite white, and the Processed Black. So I may add some additional colors. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. Now, before you paint your wood slice, what I like to do is I varnish it with the Liquid-X. It's varnish for acrylic. I should have brought it with me, but anyway. And then I'll sand it down very lightly, and then I'll do another varnish layer, and then sand it down again. And that's what kind of gives the a nice base for the paint. So the brushes I'm going to be using again are the 1/2-inch wash brush, which is great for my little miniatures. Now, first thing I'm going to do is get that blue, and we're going to do our sky. Now, it could be as detailed or as loose as you want it to be. There's no right or wrong way to do it. So let's get our sky in. And that's with the how do I pronounce this? I have no clue. Coerulum Blue. It's my favorite blue anyway. Now, you can also do a layer of white if you want to, if you want the colors to be more vibrant on your wood slice. I don't always do that because I usually do 2 or 3 colors of paint, layers of paint. So usually I don't need to do it because I like to build up a few layers, and the colors come out quite bright anyway. I really do like painting on wood. I really do. I just like the feel of it and the texture. It kind of adds to the painting, doesn't it? Make sure you rinse your brushes real good. I usually have a couple of jugs of water here so that I can rinse real well. Oh, let's put some of this Hooker Green down. I forgot to do that. This is a great green for foliage and landscapes, although I usually add a little yellow and a little white in if I want a lighter landscape. So let's get some of that Hooker Green. Let's get a little bit of the Processed Black and begin our grass. A little bit more there of that Hooker Green. Oh, let's add a little tiny bit of the Cadmium Yellow. Let's do that. Let's do that. Oh, I'm almost running out of it. Darn. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's add a tiny bit of that Cadmium Yellow into there. And a little bit of the white. There we go. There we go. Right. Rinse my brush real good. And then I'm going to start on the second coat of the sky. So again, with the same blue, or you can choose any blue you want to. There's no rules. It's just about having fun, right? That's what it really is about, is having fun with it and exploring and seeing what works and what doesn't work. Oh, I need a little bit of water. A little bit more of that white. Uh-oh. Some of that grass is still wet. That's okay, because I'm going to go over that again anyway, a bit later on. So I usually give longer drying times in between coats. But as I'm painting live, I've got to kind of go with it. more blue there. You know, these wood slices are really fun to paint on, guys. Especially if you like the holidays and you want to make some tree ornaments, you know, or personalized ornaments. That could be fun too. Oh, there we go. I feel like I'm going to need one more coat on this because of the texture showing through. All right, we'll see. Let's go ahead and work on that grass again. So again, we're going to get that processed green. We're going to dab him in a little bit of processed black. Not too much now, just a tiny dab. And we are going to do, oh, that's a little bit much. That's a little bit much. So just take a little bit of that off. Let's get that green and blend it in real good. Let's blend it in real nice. Oh, get a little bit of that yellow too. Let's do that. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's what I was looking for. A nice little lighter green colour. You see that? Oh, that's nice. I like that. Okay. Oh, yes. I do like a cadmium yellow. I do like that. Oh, there we go. Look at that. I quite like that, guys. Let's give it a few seconds to dry while we clean out our brushes. And let's see. So we're going to do a bit more of that sky. That's what we're going to do. I think I'm going to add a little more titanium white. Where did I put it? Here it is, over here. Now this is the Liquitex heavy body acrylic. So I like the heavy body one for clouds, for mixing, and that's the only white I use, actually, to be fair, guys. All right, let's go ahead and get a little bit more of that blue. Now this is my third coat for the sky. And like I said, you don't have to do 3 coats. I just like to really build up layers of colour. That's what I really enjoy doing. Oh, let's rinse off a little bit so we can blend. I don't use a lot of water with my acrylics. Only for a little bit of blending. Because I do like a little bit of texture with my painting. So, there's the white. Let's blend it in with a bit of that blue. There we go. There we go. Do I need a little bit more blue? Oh, I kind of like that. I think we'll leave that. I think we'll leave that. And then, oops, a little bit of wood slice came off. If you have an old brush, what I usually use is a size 0. So it's a brush like this that starts off like that. Now I use that for fine detail. But once it comes a little too hard and old, instead of throwing it away, what I do is this. Trim off the tips, and then you're left with a little old texture brush that you can use for a little while longer for foliage and trees and stuff like that. It's really good for that. Bushes, those kind of things. So I try and, you know, art materials are expensive, guys, so I try and make mine last for as long as I possibly can. Right, now I'm going ahead and mixing the green with the black, and we're going to do some bushes or trees, so to speak. So let's do, oh, I'm going to have to do a bit more of that landscape afterwards. Okay, oops, put a little bit too much on. Be careful not to overload. Okay, and then what I do for the foliage, I just dab it with this little old brush. I just dab it. And then you can always go in afterwards with some cadmium yellow. I like to use that to lighten up the trees / bushes. It's about to storm in a minute. Oh my goodness. Hopefully it won't get too loud, but this is Florida, so bear with me, guys, best you can. Okay, so and both colours, raw sienna. I like to do the raw sienna for a more autumn tree. It makes nice little highlights, and you can even use like a cadmium red for like autumn and fall leaves, and mix the colours in, yellow, green, red, and the raw sienna. It's pretty, it's very pretty. I'll have to do a live and show you guys how I do those trees. It's a lot of fun, and fall is my most favourite season. So I really enjoy doing that. Hold on a second, let's see. Doing the little trees. They're so much fun. They really are. It's just nice to see what can you create, what can you come up with. All right, so a little bit more. Let's fill in the little bits over here. Rinse off that brush real good. And we are going to go ahead with a dab of the cadmium yellow. Let's do some highlights in these trees. Give them a little depth, shall we? Let's see what we can do. Tiny bit of that yellow. Ooh, see, you can hardly even notice it, to be fair. So you're going to just keep adding until you're happy with what you come up with. Just dab, dab, dab. And these paintbrushes I get from, gosh, I think it was Hobby Lobby. I either use American Painter, or I use these little craft brushes, which I got, they was on sale one year, and they were 99 cents for a pack of 3. So I bought like 20 packs, and they still, to this day, have lasted me. They're good little brushes, and I can't find them anywhere now, but of that particular brand, and I can't remember what the brand is. I'll have to look on the packet. But yeah, they really are good. They last me a long time. They're great for the details, and then when they get a little bit old, I can trim them and use them for bushes and texture. I also use them for, if you've seen my Halloween paintings, at the bottom of each painting is usually a little bit of texture. It's like my little trademark. So if you look at the painting in the light, you can see the bottom is textured. And that's what I use these brushes for, to apply that texture at the bottom of the painting. So, you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to add a tiny bit of the raw sienna in, because I want a little bit more colour in here. That's what I really want to do. So let's go ahead and pour some raw sienna. You don't need much, just a tiny little dab, and you're good to go. Really don't need a lot. And sometimes I'll just use a very, very thin paintbrush to just add a couple of little highlights, just something small. So, but yeah, the raw sienna kind of brings it out a little bit more. You'll see guys, look. See? So I do like to add a little raw sienna in there. It complements the yellow nicely. And it makes your foliage stand out nice too. And like I say, if you do an autumn painting, it's going to really stand out nicely. And you put a little bit of red in there too. Oh my goodness. You just got the perfect combo, you know. See, look. Don't really need too much more else. Now I've got to work on that grass again, because it's sinking into that wood a little bit more than I'd like. So I've got to do one more coat, because I want to be able to layer flowers on there. So, all right. So let's get dab of the green, dab of the black, and not too much, obviously. And this, I do it every time. Look at that. I don't know what it is about the wood. It seems to come out darker. There we go. There we go. Let's get some cadmium yellow and lighten this up a little bit, because we've got to do some more bushes right at the beginning here, and we want a little bit of contrast, so we don't want it dark at the bottom. We want it light, so the flowers stand out and kind of pop, right? That's really what we want to do. Oops, not too light. Not too light now. That was to Betsy. Uh-oh, so let's have a look. Let's have a look. There we go. Now I'm happy. Now I'm happy. All right. So you've got that grass right there. What are we doing now? We are going to do some foliage. So get yourself your little old brush again. And let's put our foliage on. So we're going to do the... Oh, I ran out of black. Where did I put the processed black? Let's put a little bit more of the black on there. And we are going to mix the green. And we're going to mix the black. Mix it together. Don't overload it. I say that every time and I still do the same thing. I'm going to put a little bit of foliage down here because that's where our flowers are going to go. So let's just, we're kind of winging it because I haven't planned anything out. I'm just kind of seeing how it goes. It reminds me of England. When I used to travel with my mom, oh, we used to go all over the place. And this is what this reminds me of. The little fields we would see, the flowers, the countryside, the hanging baskets. I have very fond memories. But yeah, that's what it reminds me. Every time I paint a little landscape painting with flowers and stuff, it kind of reminds me of that. Brings back some great memories. And of course, now I'm over in Florida now, but I have some good memories of England. Right, so let's add a little bit of the yellow. There we go, lighten it up a little bit. Let's do that. Are we going to put any raw sienna in? We're probably not going to put too much raw sienna because I'm going to put some flowers over here. So we don't need to put too much colour detail. Because the flower, well, let's do a little bit. Let's just do a little. There we go. Let's do a little tiny bit. Ooh, nice. Okay. I'm not going to do clouds today because I haven't gone over how to paint clouds yet. So we're just doing a simple little landscape for today. Okay, so let's get our size 0 thin paintbrush, this size. And I've trimmed, as you can see, I've trimmed a couple of these bristles off because I like it as thin as possible. And I'll continue to trim it off. If I want more and more detail, that's what I do. Let's see. So, to do the flowers, we're going to do some little daisies. So get your titanium white or whatever white you have. Uh-oh, dropped my glasses. Not that I need them, but I just use them so I can see the extra fine detail if I want to put some very small detail in, but that's okay. All right, so little circles of white. That's what we're going to do right now. And then we're going to wait for it to dry for a few seconds. Doesn't take long. Tiny little circles. Do you see that? And there we go. Tiny bit, tiny bit. Little bits. All right, all over the foliage. We're going to do that. And we're going to wait for that to dry for a few seconds because we're going to add in... Wow. I don't know if y'all could hear that. A very loud car or motorcycle. I don't know what. Anyway, we're going to add some cadmium yellow on top of the white. So, let's get that yellow. And there we go. See, these are going to be the daisy heads, right? So put a little bit on. You can kind of do it in a thick way too, because again, I like to create a little bit of texture. If you look close, you see it's like a little blob of paint. There we go. So you're going to fill all those in, and then once you're done with the heads, you're going to get a little bit of white, and you're going to go around the outside of the daisy. And that's going to be the petals, and they haven't got to be perfect. Just play with it and practice. The more you practice, the better you'll get at it. There's no rules. It's like I said, it's just about having fun, right? Just about having fun. Let me rinse off my brush. And let's get some white. Okay. And we're going to go around the outside. Tiny little dots. That's what we're going to do. And you can just do daisies. You could add some more flowers in as you get more confident. It's whatever you feel like. Really, guys. There's no rules. Just whatever you know what? I left a candy on the side here, and I think there was an ant on there. Darn it. Alright. So let's get... Look, it was right on me. Where the heck did it go? Okay. I lost my track of mind now. Guys. Alright, let's get some more white. I'm going to go all the way round these daisies, all the way to your finish. There's other little things you can add too. If you want to do like a little cabin, you know, anything like that. Birds, clouds. I won't do the clouds today, but you can do anything like that. Just whatever you want to. That's what you can do. And then don't forget, when you actually finish your painting, what I like to do is one more coat of the acrylic varnish. And then you can, with like a wood slice, that'll last for years. It really will. And even with a regular painting, it will last for years. If you take care of it, if you keep it out the sun and out of direct heat, it will last a long time. So I always varnish now. Always, always, always. And I like the gloss varnish because I like to use bright colours, and I feel like it makes it look good if it's the gloss. But you can use matte if you prefer the matte. You can do that too. So, okay, let's get a bit more of this white. I'm trying to do it quick because I want to show you guys the what other kind of flowers you can add before it starts to storm. It's got really dark here, so I need to put a little bit more there. Well, actually, I could put a different flower there. Put a little bit of the red. There we go. Okay, so we've got our daisies done, guys. Now, oh, what colour can we put? Let's try something that's a little contrasting. You could try an orange or a red. Let's see what the red looks like. The good thing about acrylics, if you don't like it, you can always go over it. That's what I love about them. Oh, it is about to storm right here. I need to be quick. Okay, so let's get the red, and let's put little flowers, little red flowers in between the daisies to make the daisies pop. There we go. I'm trying to hurry before it storms. Once it storms, guys, you probably won't be able to hear me. So, now this is the Cadmium Red, and you can use any colour. It doesn't have to be a red. Whatever one you want, you can use. But I do like the way the red pops against the green. All right, which is a contrasting colour, so that's why they work so well together. You see the flowers? See? There we go. Look how pretty that is. Now, if we go into detail, we could do some little trees back here. Real quick. That's green and black. I'm going to do some little, what do you call them? I call them conifer trees in England, but they're like cypress trees, I think. Well, in Italy, they're called, I think they're called cypress trees. So it's a little combo between the both. Let's put a few back here. In the background. Right. Again, you're using your size 0 brush. And you can go in and add some more detail if you want to. It's whatever you want to do. There we go. Maybe one more over here. Little bad boy over this way. There we go, there we go. And we can put a little bit of the cadmium yellow on the sides just to give it a little bit of depth. There we go. A little too much there, just take a little bit of that off. Don't want too much, do we? I hear the thunder already. I'm rushing, guys. I'm rushing to kind of finish before it thunderstorms. Because we are in Orlando, and when it storms, trust me, it storms. And sometimes the house shakes. It's so loud. I have a skylight, and you just can't even hear yourself think, you know. So, there we go. There we go. We've done a little simple landscape with flowers. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, guys. It is about to storm. That's why I'm rushing, because otherwise I would stay a little longer and do a bit more detail. But there we go. That's a simple little landscape for you on a wood slice. See the back of the wood slice? And these are really cheap. If you want to get some wood slices, you can get them on Amazon. I usually get a pack of them, or Etsy. And like I say, all you have to do is varnish them, sand them, so the paint really holds on and grips it real good, okay? So until the next live, you guys take care, stay well, and be blessed.